Today, I want to talk about our triggers for anxiety and fear. You know, a lot of people grew up in volatile environments, and sometimes it gets hardwired into your nervous system to be hypervigilant, to get scared, to be on edge, and that's one of the contributors to fear and anxiety. And this can be globalized a little bit to everyone, but let's just talk about highly sensitive people and empaths. Our nervous system is naturally highly sensitive, so we're processing things like under a magnifying glass. Everything's magnified. Not everybody is highly sensitive, though. It takes a lot more to get them in overload than a highly sensitive person. So if you grew up in any kind of uncertainty, or if there was a trauma that happened when you were little and you're highly sensitive, you may be like sort of on edge with your nerves, just ready to pop at the slightest nuance that you read in somebody, or if you see things, again, in the news, or if there are things going on in the world that you feel like that's not under my control. I can't control that. Because often what happens in chaotic childhood situations is we're wired to try to figure out, like, what do we have control over? How do I control the uncontrollable that's going on, this chaotic event that's happening? Whenever things turn into an uncertain space in the world, we empaths tend to feel a little triggered because we like to smooth it out. We like to make sure, our food dish hasn't been moved. It's kind of like we actually move out of taking care of ourselves and we move into this space of hyper vigilance, trying to fix things for other people, getting upset because other people are upset. The first step is recognizing when you're activated, when you're triggered, what it's bringing up for you. And often I found that with fear and anxiety, there's this wish to smooth things over for other people and take care of them, and we move out of taking care of ourselves. So how can we move back into a space of self-care, moving back into our bodies, back into the center of our heads? That's a term that I use in psychic lingo. Getting grounded, grounding our first chakra. That's survival. When you're in survival, that's what you do. You just freak out based on survival. And so if you're an empath, being aware of a dimension of the world that others are not aware of, you will be picking up on this. And if it triggers something from your past where you were in a chaotic school situation, anything, and you felt like, oh, I've got to take care of everybody. I feel everybody's anxiety. First of all, just pull back into your body, get centered, get grounded. And one of the ways you ground, I just tell people to go to the center of the pelvis and drop your grounding cord. You can plug it in to a spot with your name on it. And then you can let all the tension that's accumulating through the anxiety and all the unfixables that, when we get anxious, it all goes up. We go, our breathing contracts, we go like that. And so you just want to plug in your grounding, and then you want to let everything release out of your body that doesn't belong to you. Does that make sense? So that is one tool that you can use. And just a little bit of explanation about why highly sensitives go through so many mood shifts and, ups and downs. And I'm feeling down today and I don't know why. It's because you are picking up stuff from the collective and from others, and you have a dimension to your psychic abilities that some people do not have. And so and you may have been wired through some trauma. There are many factors here as to why we get into fear patterns. But these are a few of them, and this is just one tool you can use to feel better. Because feeling good, we're on all cylinders, and we're good in an emergency, and we're good when it's not an emergency. So take that with you, and I'm wishing you a wonderful day.